Hi, it's your astrologer from belladeveraofficial.wordpress.com, and I wanted to make a video for an ascendant sign series. Your ascendant sign is your public persona and your appearance. And all zodiac signs have an appearance to them, so it's not just your ascendant sign that gives you your appearance. Because professional astrologers like myself that know about astrology and about such topics that I'm talking about in this video can look at a person, me right here. Sometimes it's easy to guess your ascendant and moon and even other planets or other stuff in your birth chart by looking at a person. Professional astrologers can do this. And I can too. So I can't for myself, obviously, because I know what mine is. But if I have to look at a few pictures of people sometimes to be able to do this. Once in a while, I can guess the ascendant sign moon exactly the order that is, the zodiac sign that is. But that's a little bit more difficult to get it exactly right. But if you say in general, this zodiac sign, that zodiac sign could be in a birth chart, and something else, If you are a professional astrologer enough to know about this, somewhere in the birth chart, it might be Mars or even one of the angle houses or the north and south node or, whatever. Stuff like that. So, like just by looking at me right now, I don't know if you can see that, like it's kind of like, sometimes it's so easy to guess, but sometimes it takes more pictures than just one to see, the colors and sometimes a video to see how the person like moves and talks, the way they sound, because it's not just what the colors you wear, and the patterns, and stuff. It's your voice also, and the way you move sometimes is in zodiac signs, and like hats and stuff, and like heights and weights, and your voice, like what exactly is going on with your voice, and your teeth, and how slow or fast you talk, and your eyes, the way you move, there's all sorts of things in the ascendant sign and the other zodiac signs or all the zodiac signs, whether it's your ascendant sign or not, they all have appearances, like I said. So professional astrologers like myself can guess some, of what is in people's astrology birth charts. So I'm gonna make a series on this, so there'll be plenty more because I can't cover all the things about this topic in one video. It'd be too long. So the one thing I want to talk about in this video is your chart ruler, or the ruler of you. Whether you have an astrology birth chart or not, a zodiac sign or the planet that rules the zodiac sign rules you. That's your ascendant sign. Your sun sign is an important thing. You're your ascendant sign and moon. Like that's the holy grail of astrology. And you're obviously more than that. Like the personal planets, especially in even Jupiter and Saturn and the angle houses and then everything else in your birth chart too. It's not just those. But you're your ascendant sun and moon. But your chart ruler, or the ruler of you, is your ascendant sign. And the planet that rules that ascendant sign. So what rules me is the sun, because my ascendant sign is Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. So, and that's the 5th house. So I want to talk about, like I was saying, your sun signs, your ego, your identity, your vitality, all that stuff. It's very, very important, but it doesn't rule your astrology birth chart. Your moon is your emotions and what you need to feel nurtured and safe, and how you nurture people, and how you are at home and your personal environment and all that stuff. But it doesn't rule you. Mercury doesn't rule you. No, Jupiter doesn't. It's your ascendant sign, the first house, one of the four angle houses. Your ascendant sign, with that's your time of birth. It sets up the whole one side of the birth chart. Without your ascendant sign, you don't know half of the birth chart. You'd only be able to see the planets and some other things, not any houses or anything else. So your ascendant sign, the first house, the first, one of the four angle houses, the top one, the first house, that rules your whole astrology birth chart and everything in it. And your whole path in life, your whole identity, it rules that part of you, like your whole self in you. So if you get into topics about zodiac signs and what they're like, and you're like, and you have a different ascendant and sun sign, or different ascendant and Mars. Mars is aggression and energy and passion and all that stuff. So if your Mars is Aries and you're so independent and whatever, and your ascendant sign is Libra, that's the opposite. Libra's all about partnerships, two people. They love being in relationships of all kinds, like they can't live without that. They survive with being in relationships. So, Libra, and you're like, I'm so independent, and whatever. But your ascendant sign is Libra. Venus rules you. Mars doesn't, because Aries is ruled by Mars to begin with, So, or if your ego, your sun sign, your vitality, your identity, and or for another example, let's say your sun sign is Cancer, and you're so motherly and protective, and you care about people so much, and blah blah blah, all that stuff, or Pisces or whatever, the water signs are so emotional and caring about people and whatever. But your ascendant sign is Capricorn. That's the most unemotional, blunt zodiac sign. They just say it like it is. They don't sugarcoat anything. They're so blunt and unemotional. That's just the way they are. They don't mean anything by it, but they can hurt people. My Mercury is Capricorn, so I would know. So, because Cancer is the opposite of Capricorn, and I'm not trying to really talk about oppositions here, but it's just a good example. Your sun sign being Cancer, motherly and protective, it doesn't rule your birth chart. Capricorn does. Saturn does. The grown-up planet. The restrictive planet, the, adult planet, adult part of us. Saturn makes people adult, If your ascendant sign is Capricorn, Saturn rules you. The moon doesn't if your sun sign is Cancer, as an example of what I'm talking about. Or if your sun sign is Leo, Leo's the ego and identity and vitality and, your all that stuff, because Leo is the sun. Leo is ruled by the sun. So if you're Leo, and you have such a big ego, and Leo's the celebrity of the zodiac. It's the fifth house. If your sun sign is Leo, and you want everyone to pay attention to you because you have this throne you're sitting on, and blah blah blah, whatever, and because you're a big celebrity, and because you have a gazillion followers on social media, and especially if you're some catty woman, especially because you're a Leo, or whatever, and you're like, pay attention to me because I'm a Leo, but your ascendant sign is Aquarius or something, which is ruled by the 11th house, which is we're all equal, The 11th house is groups of people where we're all equal. Like the 11th house is who you relate to on a more public way, but on an ongoing way, like social media. That's the 11th house. Like it's not that social media is the 11th house, but it is an example of what the 11th house means. Or at work, or that can also be the 10th house, but I'm just saying like more of a, not so much of a third house, so much of a personal way, but like the 11th house, like social groups. When your ascendant sign is Aquarius, is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. Let's say Uranus for this example because it's ruled by the 11th house. So we're all equal. There's no classes. And groups of people that you relate to, like on an ongoing basis of some sort. Fans and celebrities, that's the 11th house. That means we're all equal. You can argue with me if you want, but I'm right because I'm being a professional astrologer and I don't lie about astrology. That group of people, fans and celebrities, that's the 11th house, which means we're all equal because it's Aquarius. Because that's the 11th house relating to each other. And its sign is Aquarius, ruled by the 11th house. Uranus and Saturn rule you. The sun does not rule you. Your ego doesn't rule you. You don't get to play that game and say, but I'm a Leo, so pay attention to me. You need to care about your sun sign, obviously, very much, but you need to know what rules your whole astrology birth chart, and that is your ascendant sign. Now, if it's the same as the sun sign, it happens to be Leo, whatever, but just for an example of what I'm talking about, for being argumentative with each other, you need to know your ascendant sign to know what rules your whole astrology birth chart. If you don't know your time of birth, cannot figure out your ascendant sign, maybe a professional astrologer can help you. It's actually quite easy to figure it out if you don't know your time of birth. There's several ways you can. But if you don't know, and you don't know what rules your astrology birth chart, you should somehow figure it out. Ask your family members what birth chart. Your ascendant sign rules your astrology birth chart. Nothing else rules your whole birth chart. For Taurus ascendant sign, Venus rules your whole astrology birth chart. For Gemini, Mercury rules your whole astrology birth chart. For Cancer ascendant sign, the moon rules your whole astrology birth chart. For Leo, like I said, Leo is ruled by the sun. If your ascendant sign is Leo, then the sun rules your whole astrology birth chart. Now, by now, I know you get what I'm saying. So, anyway, for a Virgo ascendant, it's Mercury. For Libra ascendant, it's Venus. For Scorpio ascendant, it's Mars and Pluto. So, yeah, okay. So anyway, for Sagittarius, it's Jupiter. For Capricorn, it's Saturn. For Aquarius, it's Uranus and Saturn. For Pisces, it's Jupiter and Neptune. Those rule your whole chart. If that's what your ascendant sign is. Nothing else rules your whole astrology birth chart other than the ascendant sign. So that's very important to know. Anyway, I'll be making more in this series soon, so feel free to leave a comment if you want.